Might have ruined my laser. After the last epic laser review comparison, everyone was asking, where is the Huepar? Can you get your hands on a Huepar to review? So, here it is. The S04CG/CR. And I can tell you, this thing is worth looking at. So the kit comes in this nice little compact box, comes with the charger. It also comes with two types of batteries. One rechargeable battery pack, but it also does come with another battery pack that you can throw 4 AA batteries in. So that's a really good backup. You've then got a metal wall bracket, and that metal wall bracket is for the magnets on the actual bracket itself. This thing is an absolute weapon. As you can see, it clicks onto there, but let's have a look at the actual bracket itself. This bracket has so much micro adjustment on it that it's just incredible. Let's have a look at each of these dials individually. So we'll start off with this one on the side. It's unlocked at the moment. You've got unlock and lock. And this one is to adjust the height. So you can do it manually, but you've got the fine tuning, which is absolutely fantastic. So that's for the height. Then you've got this one on the side, which is to bring it forward and backwards. Once again, you can go really fine on those. Then you've got on top here, little turntable. You can see with this dot that it moves only so slightly, which is one of the main ones you'll be using, or at least I use. And this one here is absolutely awesome. So usually you don't have this on any other, but you're side to side. Only goes about probably 10 mil either way. You've then got the mounting threads underneath. You've got 1/4 inch and 5/8. I use the 1/4 inch all the time. This is my tripod. They have their own tripods. I haven't used any of those, but there you go. Works perfect. Also comes with a green target, as most usually do. But then you've also got this thing. This thing was absolutely mind-blowing when I got it. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but the amount of times that I've been on site trying to get the laser at the right height without using a tripod. So for example, maybe you're on a table or a bench top and you only want to go up just the slightest amount. So your tripod is pretty much going to be useless. So you then start stacking whatever you can find around the place. Timber, cardboard, boxes, trying to get that little bit extra height, and then even then you really do struggle. So they've given you this, pretty straightforward, but if we just turn this, it raises it up to any height that you want. And so at full extension, that goes up to an extra 80, well, let's say 85 mil. So you can get rid of this gear and you can throw your laser on it and then get it to the height that you want. So we'll go for this. Keep going up. Beautiful. And for me, that thing's just a game changer. Super simple, but I'm glad they threw it in there. I've never seen it before. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the platform. I don't know what they call that. The height adjustable platform. Let's go with that. So the last accessory that it comes with is the remote control. It doesn't move the laser at all, but it does turn the lasers on and off. You can turn each individual laser on and off with just a simple button click. Then you've got function 1, function 2, which you can set. And then obviously being able to turn the laser on and off with the remote is pretty handy. So say you've got it mounted on a wall somewhere, you don't want to go up and bump it if you're going to smoko or just leaving it for 5 or 10 minutes. So you just press the button. You can also use the Huepar app. It does the exact same thing, whether you've lost or don't have the remote on you. As you can see, that it also tells you how unlevel it is. You can see the level moving around as I tip the laser over. Looking at the laser itself, you can see you've actually got 1, 2, 3, 4 laser lines. I haven't seen any others that actually have the 4, usually just 3. They're all 360, so 360 degrees. You've then got where the battery goes in the bottom there, just slides out nice and easy. Charge port on the sides, where are we, around this side, so you can either charge it that way or take the battery out and charge it separately. When turning this on, there's 2 ways. You've obviously got the switch on the side, nice and easy. But when you do that, This turns on the unlocked feature. So if you don't know what that means, is the pendulums themselves are unlocked. So at this point, it is actually self-leveling. As you can see, it's beeping at me and flashing until I get it roughly level. And then the other way is to hold this button here. That turns it on. And if you actually look at the display, you can see that we have a lock. So now the pendulum is actually locked. You can see the pendulums in here are not moving and it's not going to self-level. And that way you can turn it on inside and you can get any angle that you want with your laser. All the buttons are self-explanatory. You've got your vertical lines. You can change those up. You can then change your horizontal lines. So gets rid of that bottom line, gets rid of the top one, swaps it over. You can get rid of both. With that bottom line, you can see we're actually getting about 15 mil, which comes extremely handy sometimes. I've used it at least 3 to 4 times in the last month. You might have also seen you've got PV, which is just their pulse function. And that's just for their locators. So I won't be showing you anything about that. I haven't got any of the locators, but it is good to know that that has that function. Looking at the lines themselves, they are super crisp lines. A lot of other brands have a little bit of bleeding that come out from it. We'll have to test it out a bit more of a distance, but these are all super crisp. All of them are really bright. I have got all the lights on at the moment. You can just see how bright that is. Even if we put it up against an old school red DeWalt, you can see how much better that is. Turn the light on. It's day and night when it comes to the green and red. And if you didn't know, with these versions of lasers, when it comes to the 360s, they don't do a dot usually. Some do, but they usually have a cross just like that. And if we look up, you can see that's your plumb line there. So we'll take this inside like I did last time, do a longer look at it, a bit of a long run. We'll throw it onto the bracket so I can show you how that works and see how well this goes. Figured while I'm outside, may as well see how it goes in the brightness. Hopefully you can see it there. It's coming up all right under here. It's sort of a gloomy day, so it's not overly bright. You can see it there. I can see it over here. There you go, you can see it quite well. We've probably got about 6 meters or so over to there. And then out in the brighter area, it's not the easiest to see. That's not bad. If you are working outside with these lasers, it is best off to get the locator. So definitely keep that in mind. So we're all set up. And you can see that there's a fair bit of load on that. That's my only worry with this. It is only plastic. Like I think all the other ones are plastic. I don't think there's much wrong with it, but there's a fair bit of play, if that makes sense. But it still works pretty well. I'm just hoping it does work in the long run. So we've got it set up and we've got 17 meters down to the end wall. I've got all the lights on. So if we turn those off, super bright, but let's leave those on. So at the moment, we've got to come up and to the right a little bit. We'll do that just using the bracket. So we want to go up, that's unlocked. So as you can see, when you do that, there's a fair bit of play in it. So it does go up quite nicely though. Left or right, that's definitely a cool little function. Obviously only the slightest amount, but definitely helps. We'll go the turntable. There you go, nice and easy. The bleed is a fair bit out here. So you're probably looking, what do you reckon, 4 mil. That's the thickness of the line at 17 meters. Last up, I might leave it on and we'll see how long the battery actually lasts. So while we wait for the battery to die, what I figured we'd try is the IP rating. It is IP54, which is pretty much splash proof from any angle. It does say on the website that it is actually dust proof. It says waterproof and shock proof. So I don't know how to take that, but yeah, we'll go with the IP rating, which is mainly splash proof. It's not fully waterproof, so you can't submerge it, but we're just gonna give it a bit of a spray with the hose and see how it goes. So we're just gonna go light, just from a distance, bit of a splash. I'm really hoping that this survives. Looks a little bit foggy in there. It might be just the because of the heat out here. But she's still running. Still going strong. Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about that though. What do you reckon? Might have ruined my laser. Yeah, 3 hours and 20 minutes later, she finally died. It flashed on 0 for a long time. And shit, all right. It's actually a little bit worse than I thought. I was about to go over this. Let's have a look at this. You can see that there's definitely moisture inside and there's a fair bit of it. And what I only just realized, I don't know if you can see, there you go, look at that. Turn it on. Should turn on. It turned on before. Ah, damn it. All right, so there's definitely no water in where the battery is. Turn it on before. There we go. All right, she's on. So she's working. But there's some serious moisture in there. So I don't know if you can see that, it's moving around. I would go with it is not waterproof, people. So that's definitely one that, yeah, they shouldn't be saying waterproof. So I'll be putting that forward to them and see what happens. And that really wasn't that much water. It was like a bit of a shower, I guess. Yeah, so it is what it is, guys. Let's keep going. So there's a few other things I wanted to talk about. The accuracy on this is 3 millimeters over 10 meters. So that is give or take 3 millimeters. It's pretty much the same as every other laser that's out there. They're saying it gets up to about 30 meters working distance. Pretty much the same as most other lasers as well. I am looking at actually putting this up against the Milwaukee, one of the top end Milwaukee ones, because I do really think that it is a player that could go up against the Milwaukee. The Milwaukee says it is also 3 mil over 10 meters. It does go up to 38 meters, but it's twice the price. Doesn't come with batteries, doesn't come with all the extras, no brackets, all that sort of stuff. So this is definitely better for the money. Runtime does say up to 5 hours with the battery. I obviously got 3 hours and 20 minutes. It flashed on empty for a long time. I thought it was going to die after the first hour, but it did just keep going. It does say up to half an hour with AA batteries. There you go, she's still going. I actually didn't turn it on that time. That's a bit strange. Yeah, so up to half an hour with AA batteries. So what are your thoughts? This goes for around the $450 mark. There's a few places to get them. I'll put the links in the bio. Here in Australia, they're around the $450 to $480, which is not bad at all, especially with all the stuff that you get. The little platform, the bracket, the 2 batteries, the remote. It's all pretty good, especially compared to a lot of the other brands. This has no drop rating. So with the Milwaukees, I think it is a meter. Is it a meter? Check if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's definitely at least a meter. It could be up to 2. And this doesn't have a drop rating. It says shockproof, but it also did say that it's waterproof. Check it out. I'm definitely not happy. So I'll be hitting up Huepar and see what they say, just so I could basically let you guys know what the go is. Like, I really don't know if I'm going to be able to use this again, which is an absolute shame. I'm kicking myself now. It's been a week now and we've been absolutely smashing this laser. It is still working. To turn it on, it's a little bit different. We've got to turn it on, nothing happens. turned off. What we have to do is remove the battery, put it back in, and she turns on automatically. Really strange. She turns on to the lock function, which means it's pretty much going on with that button, even though none of these buttons work. As you can see, I'm getting absolutely nothing from them, which is not the best at all. And then to get it to the unlock, we just turn it on like we usually do. So other than that, pretty much everything else is all fine. Unfortunately, the remote doesn't work either. It does nothing. You can't turn it on and off. Can't use the pulse. So that's pretty much stuffed. But you can see all the moisture's gone now. I did remove it last week straight away. You can see it's all gone from there. That actually came out after a couple of days. So let's say that this does die. Would I buy another one? I really do think I would. Like, it's hardly ever I've actually wet any of my lasers. So if that's not a worry to you guys, then I really do think this is the way to go. I wouldn't be trusting the waterproof, shockproof, or dustproof claims. But if they aren't a worry to you, then this is definitely the way to go. 450 bucks, all the extras you get. I've got all the links in my bio, so check those out. We definitely will be comparing this to some other brands, especially the Milwaukee. I really want to see it up against that. And I guess that's pretty much it. Let me know what you think, guys. Have you got one? Would you get one? What do you think? And until next time, guys, stay addicted to tools.